And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Here we go. Once again, we have another PvT. Coming into this, herO, of course, he has been quite hot as of late when it comes to winning all the big premier events, but we have players like Cure, like Max as well, that can threaten herO for sure. Cure at one point had the best TVP in the world, but oh, his Rax is delayed. Yeah, being very annoying here. herO is with that probe, disrupting the production and being a nuisance. Even forcing out a second SCV. Denying mining time. Behind this does confirm double gas open out of Cure, going for a faster factory. A much more tech heavy start out of our Terran player. Meanwhile, welcome to Ruby Rock. Ruby Rock is one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Aggression is typically favored here. Cure, he is one to mix up his builds. We have seen some more economic play. We've seen some all-ins. We'll see how Cure does get into the mid game. I'm expecting aggression though. Expecting aggression. God damn it. There we go. The probe is going to be forced out. Factory has been thrown down. And again, herO got a full scout. He's fully aware of what's going on. Technically, this could turn into a one base all in, technically, but Cure isn't really one to really delve into that. If we were casting Gumiho or Ryung, then sure, I would give a little bit more emphasis to that. But from here, Cure should expand. Cure is hunting for that probe. herO did race back home. Race all the way back home. Cure just ensuring there's no hiding at the third base location. Behind this, herO getting a safety battery. Battery in the main base. Battery here at the natural. Because this is where the faster factory, there's a higher chance that Hellion Reaper is coming his way. So herO just getting ready for that. Is getting ready. Meanwhile, we have a tech of choice, Twilight Council out of herO. Question becomes, how many gateways do we open up? 2 gate blink, 3 gate blink, or 4 gate blink stalker? On a smaller map like Ruby Rock, I would say it's a little bit risky to open up with a faster third base with a 2 gate setup, so we're leaning more towards 3 gateways and potentially a robo as well. Is what we're leaning towards. Cure, he does cut units here at 2 Hellions and 3 Reapers. With this, he can try to rush into a mineral line and try to wreak havoc. Splitting up his army. Triple Reaper into the main. Does slip in. Shield batteries in position. At the same time, Hellions, they try to head into the natural. Once again, though, here he does deflect. Deflects both armies. So far, so good. Meanwhile, yep, there it is. Robo has been thrown down. 2 more gateways. It's going to be 3 gate blink with a safety robo. Oh, hold on, my apologies. I just assumed 3 gate blink is a robo. That is not blink, that is charge. Okay. herO being much more assertive here. Now, these charge-based openers, they can go one of 2 ways here. One, if Cure did commit on 2 bases to an early move out, to an early tank push, then charge would completely shut him down. At the same time, herO also has his own aggressive potential as well if Cure cuts some corners. If he does cut some corners, if he's less defensive back at home, herO can punish. There's a lot of potential with charge. The downside, of course, is without blink stalkers, it is more difficult to keep up with drop play. More difficult to shut down those drops, as your army is less mobile. Like guys, harassment as well, like dropping, sorry, I should say blinking into the main base. Containing your opponents, that is not available to you here without blink. Or Phoenixes. Bearing in mind that Cure is unaware. Meanwhile, we have a fast bay on the way. Okay, so we have the bay here after the third base. Getting ready for Colossus. We're setting up. Back at home, Cure likewise just building up on 2 bases, getting to stim, combat shields, building up his bio army. We're coming down. Cure he now confirms all the zealots, now he knows. Nice force field, army gets locked in. Ooh, despite that, 5 probes going down. Ay, ay, ay. Crazy damage here at the third. So nice pickups out of Cure, nice trades. Now he's aware of charge. Now upon seeing charge was researched first, there's a higher chance that Cure doesn't push. Now he might decide to just calm things down, get a third CC and build up into a macro game. Oh, Nigel comes in. Was a zealot. Curie's going to be active, okay. Stim is now done. He does have a hefty army. He's moving out, but I believe there is a Colossus. Yeah, the first Colossus has arrived. Now, if Hero is inattentive, if Hero is late to react, then Cure may attempt to dive in and catch a Colossus. He's being active. He gets spotted by the observer. Tries to catch the window mine. Gets one. Nice shot. Ooh, does go off. Oh no! Yeah, Colossus exposed. Has to pull away. And so far here, he does hold his own. He's holding on. Nice spread by Cure. Stims in. Cure, he wants a Colossus. And does deal a bit of hull damage, but barely, still not going to be enough. Does catch the shield battery. Battery goes out. The F2. We got all 3 observers here with the main army. Let's go. Let's go. It's got all the detection. But here he does hold on. Does get up to 2 Colossus. Army stims in. Here he has to be careful. Once again, he does have a nice spread. Yeah, decent spread. But we have another warp in. Running into Marines, running into Marauders, and here it does completely shut this down. It cleans up the army. Doesn't quite give chase. Third CC was a little bit delayed here for Cure, but it's on the way. Getting his third, getting to the mid game. But overall here he does defend. I do favor here his positioning. He defends his third base, now getting a 4th expansion. 3rd Colossus on the way. Getting into Warp Prison speed. Interesting. Getting into speed. Oh, is that a duck? Ah. I didn't realize. But Foxtree, he's got a duck emote. Beautiful, beautiful. Ah. I know we have to support Fox. I mean, no, we can. Beautiful. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Fellow duck. So, speaking of supporting Foxer, shout out to sort of in the chat. God, I mean, God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. And welcome one and all. Bienvenidos as we are here. We are in the semifinals of the WardiTV Monday number 72. We're in the semis. Max is waiting the grand finals for the winner of this series, and this is still game 1. Still game 1. Prison does slip by, dropping into the main. Hero applying pressure at the 3rd. Getting into the mineral line. Does try to move in. Boys are being pulled. And the first Colossus is going to get picked up. Yeah, the Vikings do punish. Nice pickup. And he's going to keep going. It does give chase. He does get a 2nd Colossus. And here's in trouble. Here's in trouble. He has to get the hell out of here. At the same time, 22 SCVs go down. It does cripple the economy, but what about the main army? Oh no, as the third Colossus gets picked up. Does not get away. Ay, ay, ay. All 3 Colossi go down. There's no splash damage. There's only a Disruptor. First Disruptor has arrived. We're making 2 Disruptors at a time. Here he needs to connect. He needs to connect. The longer this game goes on, the better it is for herO. Remember, here he has 71 workers. He just crippled the economy. Here he has limited mining. herO just has to survive. He's collapsing in. Still holding onto the Nova. Oh, first Nova goes up. Catching up 2 Marauders. There's 2 more Novas left. Down to 1. Yeah, 1 Nova remaining. The base is going to go down. herO cannot engage. He does preserve those Disruptors. Once again, a little bit trigger happy. Scan reveals another base. herO slipping by. These Elves have potential, but they shouldn't get too much done here. Oof. Yeah, the army's already in position. Army's already ready. Yeah, this run by was not worth it. That was a lot of Zells thrown away. hero's in trouble. Remember, he scanned earlier. He's aware of the base. He's aware there would be 4th. I'm sure herO wants to move out. But this is still heavily reliant here upon the Disruptors. There's now 5 Disruptors. They have a lot of potential. Did I say 5? Up to 7. Up to 8. 8 Disruptors, man. That's a lot of Novas. There's the first shot, second, third shot as well. Catching up the army. 4th, that's going to be the 5th Nova. There's 2 left. Oh, he spends them. Better connections. Yeah, better connections, but no more Novas. Oh, 1 does barely go up. And now the Novas are resetting. Enough time has passed. Novas are resetting. This reminds me of PvT back in the day before the... this was what? I almost said Site Delta. No, the other map. Gressfarm, that's it. During the Gressfarm map pool. That was before the Disruptor nerf, before the supply was increased, if you recall. We get TVPs with like 12 Disruptors. Oh my god, as Nova's connecting. And Nova's reconnect. No splits. They split towards the end. But still some brutal connections. herO does take some Novas to the face. At the same time, Prism to the main. And Warping does complete. And more SCVs are going down. And herO just being pulled apart. He's being torn apart. Oh, a brutal move command. Brutal move command. Disruptors are get picked up. Miscontrol out of herO. herO does miscontrol. He had a Disruptor. Is now down to 2. 2 Disruptors left. Does get into the mineral line. And herO has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. And we're getting messy. Getting very messy here. On the one hand, herO, he once again cripples the economy. He kills 18 SCVs. But he did move command 4 to his Disruptors. And he lost 6. Lost 6 Disruptors. hero's raking back home. Now he's going back into Colossus. The scan does reveal that. How many Vikings left over? 5. Not bad. There we go. Vikings, they lift. At least some Vikings are left over. Observable sniped. herO getting ready for his own drop, his own harass. His eyes are on the 4th. Oh no, all the links. Look, I appreciate the Zerglings in the chat because they're not in the game. They're not in the tournament. I know. Solo, he got knocked out earlier in the quarterfinals. Oh. As down goes the 4th base. Not bad. 4th base goes down. Late reaction by herO. Late reaction. herO's going to be counterattacking. Do we go for the base trade? We do. Let's go. herO, he hits the 3rd. At the same time, herO going for the 4th, going for the planetary. Of course, herO, he does have faster access to the natural. True. Ooh. Nova's connecting. Nova does connect. Cure pushing into the natural, into the production. And I have to favor Cure in the base trade just because he will depower the robos. The robos are depowered. Cure, he evacuates a third already. Oh, Cure doesn't go into the main. Heads for the economy instead. Okay. Goes for the third. herO pushing into the natural. Once again, Cure, he just evacuates. Pulling into the main. And what is there in the main base to defend? There's not actually that much. We have what? 8 Marauders? 8 Marauders, a couple of Marines. herO pushing further in. Yeah, the SimCity Heat going to be working against Cure. Never goes up. Oh my god. Massive connections. Yeah, shots going to be going up. Marauders are going down. And herO, he takes over the main. Takes over the main base. He will lose a Colossus. He'll lose both. Yeah, both Colossus go down. But are there enough Marauders on the ground? Yeah, there shouldn't be. Yeah, there isn't. There's not enough on the ground here. herO, he wins the main fight. He may still lose a Colossus, though. Oh, the Colossus. One more hit. Barely survives. And herO takes over the main. He takes over the main base at the same time. Cure busting into the main of herO. Does break in. Here he still has mining. Still has mining. Still has an economy. He's hunting down the orbitals. Going for the great migration. Hiding in the corner of the map. Ooh. Does float over. Once again, because they continue mining, herO, he can afford another Nexus. So we'll see where he throws one down. These buildings do float away. And Cure, he has no orbital. He has no orbital, no mules, no mining. What you see is what you get. Cure does have a pretty terrifying main army, though. Oh. Here he has to be careful. Ideally, he does not want to drag the army towards the base. He is. But he has force fields. Sentries, force fields, the battery as well. Here looking very secure. Can look down the army. Oh, he can. Yeah, very nice force fields. Locks down the bio with that herO. He shuts down the main army. He catches Cure. He's going to get the hell out of here. He cannot. Losing the final Viking. Leading out more Marines, and things looking bleaker here for Cure. Sure, he has all these buildings, but he has no mining. He has no bank. He cannot produce. Cannot produce. GG gets called, and herO will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. herO, he does take a lead in the series. Again, a very chaotic game number 1 here with, I mean, strong moments for both players, of course. We saw that herO initially was getting into a better position. They lost all the disruptors. I was favoring Cure initially when it came to the base trade. Remember, he was the first player to initiate. He was the first player to break the natural, but he chose to go for the mining bases. He chose to go for the mining bases. He did delay pushing into the main base, so there was more tech, there was more production. It meant that herO could actually warp in across the map, actually make use of that production in some way. And in the end, Cure, he just didn't have the main army he quite needed here to fight head on. Not after all those cannons and shield batteries did finish. GG. GG, well played. With that, herO takes the lead, but a very chaotic game 1, as now we load into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. But again, we saw some crazy Novas, some crazy connections just before that base trade as well. Crazy, baby, crazy. Here we go. We're getting into game 2 and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Winter Madness. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Here we go. Again, I do think that the base trade was the best chance and the best option for herO, just because initially when the base trades were commencing, I would say that Cure had the stronger main army. Stronger main army, had more dive potential as well. And herO able to embrace that base trade, catch out half the army back at home. But now we're settling into game 2. settling in. Welcome to Winter Madness. Welcome. Winter Madness is a much larger map in the map pool, much larger map. So because of the size of Ruby Rock, that is a little bit more conducive to something like an all-in, or sorry, like a base trade. But here on a larger map, I mean, now there's a higher chance we get into a longer macro game, into 3-4 bases, into a more secure setup. We'll see. We'll see how our players will adjust. Bearing in mind that last game, herO did open up early charge. This time, we're leaning more towards Blink. Blink would make a lot more sense, considering the size. Este Salens, man. 45 stream streak. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Ay, ay, ay. I would have expected people to have dropped off specifically during the Rongi Cup stream, but nah. Crazy streak. The stream where we failed to cast the finals of Rongi Cup. Meanwhile, oh, okay, Cure, he does open up with a faster economy. Ranks expand into Marauder. This is designed to try to punish herO. I believe herO didn't even scout. Yeah, 0 probe scout. So herO, he sees nothing. He doesn't know whether or not he can even apply any pressure. So herO is playing blind. Cure hoping to try to catch any stray Stalker or Adept, but there are none moving out. And behind this, going for a 3 racks follow-up. Cure has been very fond of this. He's notorious for these 3 raxes. This is very old school. We used to see this quite often a couple of years ago. This was all the craze back in 2023, and likewise Cure would do this every single game as well. Stim timing, going for fast stim. Now if you remember, this was back in the day when robo openers and robo responses were quite common to this, going into faster Colossus. But remember, here is playing blind. I know he sees. Here he spots some Marauders moving out, and here should confirm the additional Raxes. Yep. Scouts all 3. Scouts all 3 Raxes. Behind this, going into DTs, going for a Dark Shrine. Is a nice response against early stim. Ooh. Catching up the Marauder. Catching up both Marauders even as well. Trading with the Sentry. And here a defense. He does defend. Now what's scary about this here is that of course Cure is going to be wanting to mule as much as he can just to be able to support and facilitate for that 3-rack stim timing. That is why DTs are so brutal when it comes to dealing with that, when it comes to Cure's specific build, as he will have limited scans available to him. Limited scans, and we'll see what here can get done. Probe is moving out for the proxy. Proxy pylons on the way to warp in across the map. As we have a 4th Rax. Ooh, Cure is turning this into a 2-base all-in. Wait, did herO see this? Here he did not see the 4th Rax, so he's not fully aware of how committed this is. A 3 Rax does lead into a 3rd base, but this is a 4 Rax instead. Which means Cure might pull the boys. He might pull the boys with this as well. Hallucination gets eyes on the main army. No major tell yet. Does slip into the bases, and he does for the boys. Oh my god, he doesn't see the 4th Rax, but he sees the boys being pulled. The all-in is upon us. Curie sends everything across the map, and we're gonna need some defensive DTs. There we go. We have 4 cannons on the way. 1 Dark Templar does warp in. We have 2 across the map, 1 back at home, and we have to engage as quickly as possible. How many scans? 0. Currently 0 scans. Free damage. Oof. Yeah, free damage is being dealt. Things are looking dire here for Cure. God, there's 6 cannons. Yeah, the cannons are finishing. Nice force field. GG gets called. GG gets called. Cure gets completely shut down, and herO will take the series 2-0. GG. Aye, that was brutal. herO again, almost hard countering. Remember, he didn't even scout the 4th base, but he was already just going for the DT response, and very fortunate that Hallucination scouted the boys being pulled, scouted the all-in, threw down all 6 cannons, and completely shut Cure down. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, herO. He does claim the series. Does advance on to the grand finals, and we have our 2 finalists ready for us. It is going to be a best of 5. It's going to be a best of 5 here between herO and MaxPax. Oh boy. All right, getting ready. Until then, we're going to be cutting to a short break. We're going to be cutting to a short break here. So take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines as we get ready for that final series. It is going to be a best of 5 between herO and MaxPax. MaxPax, he just showed off a new style, a new variation of Gate Expand against Classic, and Classic had a very hard time reacting and responding to it. We'll see if herO was able to catch some of those games and get an idea of how to approach MaxPax. We'll see. For now, we're going on a break. We'll be back soon with the grand finals. See you soon. See you soon, Pappy. See you soon.